Hey, what's up, everybody? This is what I can only describe as my first Guerilla movie review. And the movie that I'm going to be talking about is this new piece of tripe that is called Battleship, the movie. That's right, this is a film based on the classic board game Battleship. I really wish I was kidding here, but unfortunately, I'm not. Now, so far, all we've got is the trailer, and based on that trailer, I gotta say, I would rather have my testicles consumed by a group of rabies infested chimpanzees than go see this film. It's got that one dude who seems to pop up in movies periodically as an action star whose name I can't remember and don't really care about. Some chick with really nice boobs, and Liam, why the fuck is he in this movie, Neeson? Um, in the trailer, you start off with some complete non-contextual crap about getting married or something, and in the end, you wind up seeing aliens of all things. Yes, that's right, aliens in the movie version of the board game. I don't really remember there being any aliens in the board game, but it's entirely possible that I missed that. I mean, my whole childhood is kind of a blur after repeated head injuries, so it's entirely possible that I've completely spaced on this, but I'm pretty sure I have. So you have these aliens, they go out, they find them, the aliens electrocute the main character, and then they're flying hyper advanced spaceships burst out of the water, create this magical force field that isolates the battle zone apart from all of the rest of the world, and then blows out the radar of the battleships. Now, we should probably point out here that the last battleship in service in the United States Navy was decommissioned back in the 90s. So that means that these hyper advanced aliens are choosing to attack a battle group based around a ship that was decommissioned 20 years ago. Now, I seriously don't really understand what these battleships are even doing on the water, but as Neeson's character says at one point, it's a naval exercise. And I gotta say, really? Naval exercise? Thank you for clearing that up for me, Slick. I mean, I saw these ships and guys in white uniforms on the water, but if you hadn't said anything, I would have assumed that it was an army exercise. Silly me. So anyway, they isolate everything else, and then these hyper advanced aliens in ships that fly, that have created a massive force field that goes into the stratosphere to isolate everything. They set their ships down on the water 150 yards from the battleships and then fire projectiles that look, well, like the pegs from the game at the ships. I'm not even sure how to react to this, to be perfectly honest with you. I really, really, truly am not. I wish to God I could figure this out. But the hyper advanced aliens with the technology that could clearly crush the human race like a bunch of insects, they instead choose to wildly fire pegs, game pegs. They look like technologically advanced game pegs, but game pegs at the 20-year-old ships with Liam Neeson in command. Well, and Rihanna's in it too. I really, seriously, Hollywood. I just, this is sad. This is really sad. You, I mean, what? Seriously, what's next? What are you gonna do next? I mean, you have Philip Seymour Hoffman in Operation, a film loosely based on the game, but it involves gangsters and or no, possibly a psychopath of some kind. That's what it involves. It involves a psychopath who does something involving electricity and cutting people. I don't know. Or you could have Samuel L. Jackson in Shoots and Ladders. Yeah, and then you're gonna have, of course, you got to have Alan Rickman as the psycho terrorist antagonist in this film. And now that you've thrown terrorism into Shoots and Ladders, you know, then you can also have with Samuel L. Jackson like wombats on a life raft or some such thing. But then of course the last suggestion that I've heard following the same vein, I actually like, and I gotta say that sounds way better than this piece of shit that I was subjected to 2 minutes and 15 seconds of, and that is in fact Johnny Depp in a film directed by Tim Burton, Candyland. It's like perfect. It's the perfect setup. I mean, it's almost a sequel to Alice in Wonderland. Candyland, and children, things that look like they would show up on a bad acid trip. It's pure cinematic gold. I'm telling you, it will become a cultural icon. Please, Hollywood, please, if you are watching this, give me Candyland, directed by Tim Burton and starring Johnny Depp. That would be awesome. And please swap that film out with this one before it gets released. In the name of the human race, no. Please. That's all. And in conclusion, Hollywood, you sunk my faith in humanity.